Why does the world care so much about the Middle East? Why have powerful empires, global superpowers, and major economies all focused on this one region for centuries? Because the Middle East is not just another part of the world. It sits between continents, controls critical trade routes, holds massive energy reserves, and influences global politics far beyond its borders. When instability happens there, oil prices react, global markets respond, militaries move. So what makes the Middle East so important? And why does nearly every major power on Earth pay attention to it? Geographic advantage. The Middle East sits at one of the most strategic locations on Earth. It connects Asia, Europe, and Africa. For thousands of years, trade routes passed through this region. Ancient empires used it to move goods, armies, ideas, and wealth. Even today, geography remains one of the region's greatest sources of power. Some of the world's most important waterways are located here. The Suez Canal, the Strait of Hormuz, and the Bab el-Mandeb. These narrow passages control huge portions of global trade and energy movement. Every day, cargo ships, oil tankers, and military fleets move through these routes. If even one of them becomes unstable, the entire world feels the impact. Oil changed everything. But geography alone is not why the Middle East became globally powerful. The real transformation began in the 20th century with oil. The region contains some of the largest oil and natural gas reserves on Earth. Countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, United Arab Emirates, and Qatar became central to the global energy system. As industrial economies grew, the world needed enormous amounts of fuel, cars, factories, airplanes, military systems. Everything depended on oil, and much of that oil came from the Middle East. This changed global politics permanently, because energy means power, and countries that control energy supplies often gain massive geopolitical influence. Global powers enter the region. As the Middle East became more important economically, major world powers became more involved politically and militarily. During the Cold War, both the United States and the Soviet Union competed for influence across the region. Alliances formed, military bases expanded, regional conflicts became tied to global power struggles. And even after the Cold War ended, the Middle East remained one of the most strategically important regions on Earth. Because whoever influences the Middle East can affect global energy, shipping routes, regional security, and international politics. Why the region remains unstable. Today, the Middle East remains one of the most complex regions in the world. Different factors overlap constantly: religion, politics, ethnic groups, resources, borders, foreign influence, and regional rivalries. Many modern borders were shaped after the collapse of the Ottoman Empire and European colonial involvement. Over time, this created tensions that still affect the region today. Conflicts in the Middle East often attract global attention because they can impact oil prices, migration, trade routes, terrorism, and international security. This is why even local conflicts there can quickly become global concerns. The Middle East sits at the center of geography, energy, history, religion, and global power. For centuries, empires fought over it. Today, superpowers still compete for influence there. Because what happens in the Middle East rarely stays in the Middle East. It affects trade, energy, politics, security, and sometimes the entire global economy. So the real question is, in a rapidly changing world, will the Middle East become even more important, or will the balance of power finally begin to shift elsewhere?